Hi everyone, Messy Coder back again with part 2 of my live dev interview for Eliot AI, the AI system for Unity. This was taken from my live Twitch stream, www.twitch.tv/themessycoder, where you can catch me doing the live dev interviews live, believe it or not. But if you want to watch these in your own leisure, well, sit back, relax, and I'll see you all in a second. Alright, let's go back inside and start making some scary skeletons. You pop into Discord, see if we've got any more chats going in. Come on people, put your questions into the Discord. Don't be shy. Alright, so where's the manual? Where were we? Manual, fantasy monsters, click back. Here we go. Battle of magic creatures. In this tutorial, we'll recreate a skeleton that can attack enemies with his sword. Alright, downloaded that skeleton. By default, this uses Mechanim. Yep, we turned that skeleton into using Legacy. Go to the folder. Fantasy monster skeleton character. Actually, let's make a new scene. Should we make a new scene?
Not necessarily. You can just use the ones in the tutorial folder.
Okay. Which Eliot tutorials? Is it this one?
Yeah. And then in the folder finished, you have all the behaviors.
Okay, so fantasy monster skeleton character. Pardon me. Fantasy skeleton character. There you're going to find a file named skeleton skin. We're going to use it to prepare the graphics for some of our future agents. Drag and drop this file anywhere in your scene. There you go. It does not matter what the scene is, just we're going to use it, create a prefab, so this object's going to exist in temporary. You're going to see it automatically has an animation component attached to new. Yep, here it is. It needs some further configuration. Move folder. Use that. What? Skeleton. Okay. 2. Eliot tutorials 2 for convenience. Okay. In that folder.
Or you can just watch tutorial and yeah. And then you don't have to move the folders.
There's that as well. Now we're going to prepare our agent's ragdoll. Here we go. This is a bit that gets me excited. Which means this prefab is spawned at agent's position on the point of death. Go to the folder. At least towards to skeleton Annie. Okay. Here it is. Drag and drop death anywhere in the scene. Okay. Again, it does not matter where. Add a capsule collider. Okay. And unit components. All right. So what does this one do?
Yeah. Now all the agents. It will allow other agents to see this object and understand what it is. Because yeah, if you tag it as a corpse, they will know that you will be able to check that in the behavior editor.
Can I add more types to this?
Sure, it's just an enumerator.
Name this ragdoll. What am I going to name? What, this thing here, ragdoll? Ragdoll. Stick it in my prefabs. Alright, where's my folder? Shove it in there? Nah, it's just one. Should I? Yeah, go on then. Would you create a new prefab or variant of the original? I'm gonna create a new one. No,
Uh,
ragdoll. Our initial intent for this agent is to make him be able to fight. Let's delete that one. Have I missed something I'm supposed to do with this? I was supposed to put his animations on him, wasn't I?
yep, I think it's mentioned in the tutorial, isn't it?
Yeah, it is mentioned, but that's expecting me to actually sit and do it properly with the steps, isn't it? To be honest.
Hmm.
That's.
You know what? I probably should contact the developer of the skeleton and maybe just make it a standard part of Eliot.
Oh, you haven't spoken to this guy?
I haven't.
Can you just drag? No? No.
No, you have to drag the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was gonna just see that there was only one in there, and no, it's too much to ask.
Yeah, that's smart.
You know what I love about Unity is the way that developers of assets interact with each other. Especially like I've said, oh, I'm making an asset. They're like, oh, great. Whatever help you need, don't hesitate to get in touch. As opposed to, you're making an asset, you're a competition, I'm going to try and sabotage you. Which is what you see in other places. It's a very community-based. It's very heartwarming to see such a community-spirited sense that you get in the Unity.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't expect that, actually. I expected more of a, I want this, I want that. You know, you didn't have this, so 3 stars. But actually was very warm.
Yeah, it's not like that on other places, I can tell you that. All right, now we want connect behavior. Let's create a behavior in your project. Let's call this one skeleton. So, shall I stick it in here? Skeleton. Right, and I drag him in here. Alrighty, see? Already 2 steps ahead of the tutorial. Oh, you've got shortcuts. Okay, so we can push O. That's nice. What's condition? C? No.
This is
observer.
a condition.
O
Yeah.
is I, and then loop is L. There you go. And delete is delete. Okay, cool. So, we're going to observe a condition. We're going to set it to. What are we going to set it to? What do we want to do? Perception. Perception. So, see the enemy. It's a nice list that you've got already in here. See energy potion. See friend. Hello, friend. See the enemy. And then transition this one straight into that one. What if I want to put like a time, like a weight or something like that?
The entry gets activated every frame. So you can just specify the ping on the agent and it will work like that. It will work as a timer. Or you can actually create a loop and you can try to do that right now. So yeah, and then go to condition group and set it to time.
Ah, cool.
I'll specify the time you want to wait. Yeah, and
so what is this, in seconds or is this in frames?
in seconds.
Ooh. Aha. Ooh. Why have I got here tilde 11 secs? Is that just a
Because
text?
it's like it's around 11 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's anywhere from 2 to 20 seconds. So now if you connect entry to the loop will be activated first. And if you don't add any while transitions, it won't do anything for this time from 2 to 20 seconds. And then if you add the and loop transition and connect it to the observer, then the observer will be activated when the time is passed. Yeah, and loop. Yeah.
Just reading Fresh Meat's comment, it just reminded me that my robot says, my wife said no, but I purchased it anyway. And my assumption was that my wife wouldn't be looking at the chat, but that she already saw earlier that we got in trouble. But I'm looking in the chat. No, she's close to her computer. She's not listed anymore. She's not in the chat anymore. We can say whatever we want. The wife's not watching. Haha. Everyone get your credit cards out. Your wives aren't around. Alright, so now we want to wander around. So I'll make our invoker that is motion. What is it going to be? Motion and wander around. So no. Yours playing BF5. Best Friends 5? And the next one is health low. So I'm going to do O on my keyboard. Resources. Health is a resource? Yes, it is a resource. So this one I'm going to say Y on my keyboard? No. And then I'm going to do another O. No, not another O, another I. And you're going to be... Run away! Why isn't the Y... Isn't it Y?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Y.
I found you another bug.
Thank you.
Battlefield 5. Oh, games like that aren't allowed in my house. Damn your OBS, we can't see all of those little pop-ups in the interface. Oh, poof sticks. Yes. Okay, so... These are... Sorry guys, my bad. Let's... Okay, so we've got motion. And then we've got all of these pop-ups here. Dodge back, dodge left, dodge random, dodge right, idle, look, patrol, run around. And as we saw, it's very easy if we want to write our own ones of these. We can't at this present time do our own groups, correct Dan?
Oh, you can, but that's tricky. I will make it easy in one of the next updates.
Well, look, you went to bed, you woke up, and I'm still streaming. That's because I'm sitting here providing you a service, Morlock. But now I'm not alone. I'm with Daniel Shevchuk, the creator of Eliot AI for Unity. If somebody wants to put another exclamation mark Eliot AI in chat, you need to click it and send some money Daniel's way. Thank you very much, Freshie. So the next one we've got is inventory. So he's got drop worst item, pick item, use best energy potion. Now again, these are just, you know, the sample ones that we get. Obviously we're not restricted to just these. Now skill, I could use any skill. But
yeah, you can just name it, and then you can create a file that represents a skill, and then you add that skill to the list of skills of the agent, and then you can use it from the behavior.
And that skill is a scriptable object.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a console error.
Just press clear.
That was when I was mucking about with the and when the Y wasn't working. So I think that's probably why the Y wasn't working when I was pushing it. Oh, that's the alarm to say that the stream's over. Good night, everyone. That's my kids mucking about my alarm clock. Got one thing that I added in Muck. I think I showed it to you. Buck, thank you very much for that sub, buddy. Don't forget to link everyone who is a subscriber Discord with your Twitch, and that way you get access to the special secret magic place on Discord, where you can download tutorials, code from the tutorials. You can go to the special secret chat rooms, and you can play games and be special friends, all the amazing things that being a sub on Twitch gets you. And if you do have Amazon Prime and you're watching your TV programs, you do have this free subscription like Boak just used. So it doesn't actually cost you any money to be a sub on Twitch, and instead you're giving me some money to help support the channel. And then there's me going, yay, thank you. And that means I can buy the occasional asset without my wife chopping off my testicles. And we like having them, or as my son calls them, his eggs. I'm sitting on the computer and I can hear him in the bath, and he's like, when the baby comes, I'm going to call him Ugly. I'm like, so what baby? There isn't a baby coming. He goes, yeah, because I've got eggs, so I'm going to hatch a baby. I'm like, dear God, he's 5 years old. We need to have the conversation about the birds and the bees already.
But he knows the coding.
He knows how to code. Exactly. He knows how to do the conditional. Okay, son, this condition here is called... No, I can't do it. Can this acid do AI formations? Ah, very good question. Because similar question, we were talking about having the herds, now how they react. There's a few other assets on the asset store about AI, and they've got formations for paths and how they maneuver. So an obvious one would be spaceship or airplane formations. If we're talking about birds, there'll be the formations that the birds flying in as well. But they always seem to charge extra for these packs, these add-ons to do formations. Can we do that with this current version of Eliot AI?
I think it depends on what kind of formations you mean, because on some level, it comes down to a set of conditions and functions, right? So I don't know.
You've got, the way I did it for my fishies, I had very basic logic, which was they were actually did a few different versions of them, that they were randomly going to areas on them. I would generate a random waypoint, and all the fish would steer towards it. But each fish would be looking around have a rake sphere cast around it. That was one way to do it. And it would say, no, it can't be near, too close to any other fish, but it can't be too far away from the nearest neighbouring fish. So it has to follow the path, but it has to do so in a distance that is a minimum and maximum distance from the other nearest fish.
Yeah, I see. Well, that's more... I think it's more about the pathfinding engine, and Eliot is not a pathfinding engine. If you have that engine that calculates the path, relatively to other agents' paths, then you can use it.
But I could make a condition that is check distance.
Yeah, and then you can tell him to run away a little or walk away a little.
All right, so we've got run away. Now, in order to be able to check if a target is close enough to an agent for using a skill, we will need to create an invoker whose action group is skill, but this skill will not invoke skill by unchecking the execute skill toggle. We'll make sure that a skill with a name melee attack is set as a current skill of an agent, so we can retrieve information about it, like the skill's range, which we're going to use next. Okay. Interesting. Add note. Invoker. Drop that to skill. This is going to be melee attack. Untick. And transition no. And then
Yeah, this will make the skeleton equip this skill, and then you can check if the target is close enough, for example, to the skill to use the skill based on the skills settings.
Target skill range. Here we go.
I think you want to change the invoker to the right. That's called runaway. I don't think you want it to be a skill, right? You want it to be a motion action group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Does Eliot support dialogue between player and AI? If you can set a response to actually become a command to tell the AI to do something. So what, using
I haven't
AI
tried
as a dialogue
that, yeah.
system? Did that make sense? Yes, it did make sense. But are you like saying to use Eliot as the dialogue system, or to get into that? So like you could take a skill or something from the dialogue, maybe, or a trigger.
Command. Well, you could do it like this. You can add more states to the agent, and then you can switch the states using like buttons from your keyboard or whatever. And then in the behavior, you can check for the status, and then based on that status, you can run a certain behavior.
Walk to target. Hang on, I'm getting told off. I'm getting told off. I'm getting spanked by a fresh mate. Do not forget the chats. Okay. Sanya's checking your website. Copy and paste parts of behaviors library to be extended. What is the progress status of that at the moment?
Of copying and pasting. I haven't started it yet because there are other features that people are requesting more. So you can go to the official. You can go to the official forum thread, and there's a poll in the beginning with a list of features that were requested multiple times.
Aha.
Yeah.
Can you, Freshie, can you stick a link to the forum thread for Eliot AI so that Sanyo can go there and raise the rank of the features that he wants to be worked on next? Thank you very much, Freshie. So this one's walk to target.
Oh yeah, here you go.
And this one is going to be look at target. Perception. Why didn't that? Dodge. Look at target. There it is. Whoa.
That's interesting. Press Control S.
Control S.
So that the progress. Yeah.
It's just saved it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whoops.
There you go. Have a bug for free. We want the agent to attack. All right, so let's go and stick in another one. This is going to be the skill melee attack. But this time it's actually checked, so it will be an attack rather than last time it was the intention to attack. And now he's actually going to attack. All right then. So that's our behaviour. Exactly, I broke it. I'm good at breaking these things. So here's our skill. What skill is this one going to be?
A melee attack, and you have to name it melee attack.
Here we go.
I think this behavior will look very weirdly because of that loop in the beginning, which makes a ping for.
There you go. Fixed it. One thing I would say, instead of having this as a text field, you could have it as it's actually looking for the scriptable object.
Yeah, but what if you are planning to create a scriptable object that's a skill, but you haven't created it already?
Then you should go and do it.
That's one way to look at it.
There's more chance of doing a typo than there is of somebody not doing their skills first. But if you're doing a custom editor, you could have like the select. Remember I was showing you in Muck, Dan, that a little editor that I had. All those drop downs were actual lists of scriptable objects. So they were not enums, they were lists that I made that were populated by the names of scriptable objects, and when you selected the item in the drop down, then it indexed and put in the actual editor the scriptable object itself. So that
that should be very convenient indeed.
It's really easy to do as well. I did it with my I'll show you my AI thing sometime off stream to get your feedback. I was making my own scriptable object based AI system, but I went overboard with it, and it basically turned into something so complex with the AI's logic that I thought it was so clever. I replicated The Sims. So it was for my Wild West game that I'm making. So the AI would be going to work, getting hungry, going to eat in different restaurants that they could afford. If they would eat somewhere too much, there would be that would become their favourite food, and they would start to go to that restaurant more often. If they had negative experience at other places, and all that kind of that logic was all over the place. But none of it mattered because they all did the same thing every time. We never really understood that there was all this logic in the background. They always were just doing the same thing. And in the end, I just changed it to be do the same things with a couple of randomizers thrown in just to break it up every now and again. And the output was exactly the same. And it was a difference between thousands of lines of code and time versus a couple of hundred and a far less amount of time. And at that point, I realised that with AI, it's all about smoke and mirrors and doing the most simple, basic thing to make it have the perception of a more complex AI logic. That was my experience.
It can get complex. It can get complex. If you read some literature on AI, sometimes it can get really complex with all that neural network stuff. Function approximation of the perception.
Unless your game is really going to be complex and utilizing all that stuff, it always feels like overkill. Scope freak rather than scope creep. Yes. And like your GOP solution. God, did I play with your thing? Fresh meat. Have you thought about making your own pathfinding engine to coincide with this? Would you? Would you make your own pathfinding engine?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Mm, um, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm more interested in different kinds of things. I'm more
Because
interested in using neural networks. So this will be just more interesting for me, more engaging, and that's the area where I can actually bring some value more than in pathfinding engines. Because Aaron Granberg actually did a very good job in creating a pathfinding engine. So you can use that if you want.
yeah, I just don't like how he's. I
You can
mean,
put
I bought it, the paid version, and immediately it's deprecated by the time I got it. And to get the new
oh
one, you have to pay the full price. There's no like upgrade path for the new one, for the non-deprecated version. So, and then he's got a free. I bought instead of using the free one because I figured it would have more features and it'd be good and support him. No, completely the opposite. That's the only negative I've got about that.
well, maybe if more people reach out to him and tell about this problem, because it's really not fair. Maybe if he
Uh,
decides it's not fair, he might help.
no, he didn't. He didn't seem that interested in communicating when I spoke to him. To be honest.
Hmm.
Right, so I've got my loading animation. So in the agent's name, where does it? Do I do I stick anything else? Oh, I'm done. Save that.
Um,
Now I need to stick an
I
agent
think
on
you're
this bloke,
done.
don't I? Do I stick an
Um,
agent on him?
no. I think there's a better way to do that. For example, you could use the unit factory. You could save this skeleton skin as a prefab.
Come on, get in
Yeah. Now open the unit factory.
here. And make sure that everyone at home can see this. Can you see this, everyone at home? Yeah, they can see it.
No, they can. Yeah, they can.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so now what do we do? I've lost my little window. Pardon me, everyone's coughing down the microphone. Your agent's name. Skeleton. Team. Skeletons. Weight. What's weight do? How fat they are? No.
um, they can push each other, for example, and how strongly how far away they can push each other. That depends on the weight.
Okay, cool. Perception range.
It's like how far they can see.
Field of view.
Yeah, you can hide from them behind the back if you want.
Accuracy of perception. Oh, nice. So can I change this accuracy by other like conditions and events and stuff? So if it's nighttime or the lights are out, I can make my NPCs less accurate or have a reduced perception range or reduced field of view, and when it's daytime or they're not in a dark room, then those values go up.
Well, you can do that using the API and creating new methods, but it's not a part of this so-called standard library.
But it's exposed. Those values are exposed, and I can hook into them.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely.
It's just a number, just an integer.
Yeah, at the end of the day. Alrighty, so motion. Here we were talking about before, if nav mesh or turret. What's turret? Nav mesh. Turret.
I don't think you want your skeleton to be a turret.
No.
If it's a turret, it will just be static.
Rotating.
Use no pathfinding.
Movement speed low. It's a skeleton. Can it run? No, he's a skeleton. Can it dodge? Yeah, he's a skeleton who can dodge. And there's my what are we doing next? Gilda asks, any plans of adding utility AI type of condition selector to make prioritizing more dynamic? Not sure if it's a good idea, but still interesting.
Utility based. I actually want to utilize neural networks. So you will be able to approximate a lot of complex stuff based on its perception. So that kind of jumps over the utility-based agents.
Morlock asks, I see A-star pathfinding and integration as well as Playmaker. Are these assets required for the asset to function, or does it function out of the box? That's the exact question that I was asking Morlock at the start. Yes, they have integration, but you do not need them. You do not need Playmaker or A-star pathfinding, but it does work with them. Are there any other assets that Eliot plans to become compatible with? I'm currently Atomism online user, and at the moment Atomism does not have a strong AI system. It's very basic at the moment. I've had those conversations with the devs of Atomism, like, can I use Emerald AI? And he was saying, have you tried the Atomism AI yet? And I'm like, no, not really. And he goes, well, try it first to see if you like it before start replacing it with something else. But I'm one of these people that likes getting one asset and then shoving as many other assets into it as I can, which gets me in a lot of trouble with people where they say, like, you can't just buy 50 assets from the asset store and expect them all to work with each other. I'd like it though.
Oh, that's true.
But as we discover with Eliot, there's not really anything that says why it shouldn't work. It was 2 lines of code you said to get it to work with UFPS?
With UFPS, yeah, something like that, maybe 5 lines. So the next update will feature the integration with GameKit controller, Invector player controller, Obsive player controller, OT third-person motion controller, and probably Pixel Crusher's Love Hate.
Oh, I love Pixel Crusher.
And probably UFPS.
It'll be nice
so this
to
will
see
be
you
the
get
next
working.
update.
If you can get his dialogue system working with Eliot, that would be nice as well.
Yeah, I wanted to create something like that from scratch, but then people showed me that this asset already exists, so why not?
I actually asked Tony if he would come on the anniversary. I said, like, you've got to come back on. You've got the anniversary stream. So he goes, I better be out making another asset to come and show you something. So hopefully encouraging him to go and make another asset to be able to come on the stream and show us. All right, what have we got here? Other. Skin. Should I stick him back in here? Should I have stuck him in here?
Yeah, just drag and drop it there.
Oh, hang on.
From the project window. Yeah. And the ragdoll too.
Ragdoll. And where did I shove my behavior? Skeleton. I don't have any waypoints. I've got a skill though. Oh, I had a skill.
Yeah, just press the button first. Yeah.
Now I'm going to create the button.
Hmm.
Da-da-da! Now there he is. I'm having to do the same kind of thing with Mark for creating the mounts. So you drag in the things and you push the button and it creates it here for you. But I keep on changing code so often now that I put this off until right at the end. It's such a pain in the bum needing to do all of these kind of step-by-step things, but if you don't do it, then you're just going to get a lot of people like spamming you with questions. So the fact that you've got this unit factory actually means that you've got less work in the long run, because people can just follow these simple steps, and then that's it. They've got started.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Warlock says, very nice. Love the dialogue between AI and player. Feels like the world really comes alive. Yeah. Viz 2K integrations. Have you played about with UMMORPG and U Survival? And he's got some newer ones out as well. I suppose you haven't really seen those ones, have you, Dan?
You mean games or assets?
Assets.
No, haven't really taken any look at that. But I am going to integrate it with some assets that provide multiplayer.
Irish John, the amount of work that went into this is insane. I know, it's also depressing. He's only 21 years old, and he says that he did this in about 3 months. He did this as part of his school, like, what was it, your bachelor's that you were doing?
Yeah, my bachelor, yeah.
It's depressing.
But it was like 3 months of work. Like, I woke up, worked, and went to bed, like, for 3 months in a row.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You didn't have. You're a student. So,
I am.
So, let's put that in perspective. It was wake up, eat bacon sandwich, drink alcohol until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, then do some coding, drink alcohol again until about 9 o'clock at night, do a bit of coding, and then at 11 o'clock at night go out to the nightclubs, come back 4 o'clock in the morning and do some coding, and then pass out. That's what it was, wasn't it, Dan?
No, it was like wake up, eat something, code, and go to sleep. Yeah.
You're a hardcore coding machine. Right, what do we do now? It says in the thing, just like the car graphics from the previous tutorial, we haven't done that tutorial, skeleton graphics require some alignment of its Y coordinate. Right, so...
Yeah. If you go to the scene view,
whoa,
you'll be able to see that.
Okay. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. What do I do?
Can you zoom in? Yeah, you probably want to scale it up.
It's a little bit small, isn't it? Shall I make him bigger?
Just a little bit. Yeah, but not the whole skeleton, just the graphics.
Just this one?
Yeah. Yeah, now just make sure that the origin of the capsule collider or the nav mesh is on the ground.
I can't even
Yeah,
tell.
looks alright.
There you go. Gilda says, I wish I did something useful while I was... I don't even remember when I was a student, Guild. There was a whole year of my life at university that I don't remember. I'm pretty sure there's still some work I'm supposed to submit. Right, so now... Is he aligned correctly, or do I need to rotate him?
No, I believe it's aligned. But you need to link the graphics object to the agent animation component of the agent. So if you unfold the agent animation,
yeah,
and I'll just you see the link to animation, yeah.
Let's lock that so I don't lose it. So do I
Can you just you need to drag and drop that skeleton graphics that has the animation component. Yeah. And I'll specify the clips.
Do I need to, or do I not?
Yeah, you need to.
Now, do I get those from in here then? Like we did before?
Yeah, from the same folder.
Attack is, I don't know how to use skill.
Yeah, and low skill.
Take damage.
You don't need to specify that low skill and use skill. It's just it will be the default animations if you don't have any animation clips attached to your skill.
Ah, okay. Idle. Run. Well, he can't run, but we'll stick it anyway. Oh no, he's got a skill. I'm gonna stick that in. Stand. Walk. So this should work with Melba's animations. Oh, Emerald AI doesn't work. I keep forgetting. What is the problem that Emerald AI has with Melba's animations? Sanyo? I've never tried it.
Mole-based.
You know Melba's?
Yeah, me neither.
You know Melba's who does the horse and the little bunny rabbits and stuff?
Never seen it.
So Emerald AI only works with Mechanim? It won't work with Legacy? Or is that... What are we saying? Sanyo, I don't understand what you're saying, man. What are you saying?
Animated controller. Yeah, Eliot can control the parameters of the animated controller if they're floats or triggers.
So I can go... I can choose... If I now click Mechanim, does it lose everything that I've done?
No.
Nice. Alright, so he's in. We want to somewhat reduce agent's movement speed. Experiments have shown that optimal move speed for this agent is 1.5 and optimal running is 3. Okay, so 1.5.
No, not here. Yeah.
Oh no, not there.
Not here. In the motion component of the agent.
I got emotion. Do 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 do. Okay, 3. And make a prefab out of our skeleton. Drag him in. Is that him? Are we done? Is that all we needed to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If we haven't missed anything, it should work.
I haven't missed anything. You're so sweet.
If you haven't missed anything.
Make a prefab out of him, blah blah blah. If you create one more skeleton by duplicating image one, change his team. Alright. I'm gonna what? Call this bloke Gladys? What am I gonna call him? Do I need to can I just hang on, can I just duplicate him? And where was his team? Change his team to... I'm going to change his
To
team.
anything else. They will then consider each other enemies.
Veggie says, this seems incredibly intuitive, even for me. Or for him, he means. But even for me as well. Okay. Since this agent is going to use magic spells to heal his friends, it will be reasonable to make him use energy. To enable it, go to the skeleton's heal inspector, which is this Gladys, and resources section of the component. Use energy toggle. Ba, ba, ba. Use energy. Okay. Whoa! I just looked at the example on there and I think a bit more complex. Alright, create a new Eliot behavior. Since this behavior model for skeleton heal is a perfect name for it. Dragon. Oh. Hang on a minute. Should I copy the original one? Or shall I make a whole new behavior?
I think it's better to create just new one.
Alright.
But you don't have them to create a new skeleton from scratch. You can just replace the behavior in the agent component, and it will change basically the behavior.
So if I drop him in here, there you go. So is this asset dependent on the parameter names within the animated create animated controller? Put my teeth in.
Maybe you can show him if you go to agent animation in the and then unfold the parameters. So here you just specify what's the parameter of like a forward or speed in the animator controller. What's the parameter name for a turn? Let's float. And then there are some triggers for dodge trigger, take damage trigger. And then you can also specify triggers for the skills so that you can control the parameters of the animator controller.
Got notion, like to know it. You got the notion. Don't rock the boat, baby, rock the boat, don't rock the boat over. Sorry, I got the song stuck in my head now. Where do these live? Where are these trucks living?
What are you trying to find?
Trying to find where these little buggers are. I want to add more parameters to him. Why don't I add more parameters? Oh, here we go. Oh, look how much stuff you've got. Oh, you've got notes all over the place.
Yeah, it makes it look better.
Here we go. Get, return parameters. And then... Oh, you got tooltips everywhere. Oh, nice.
Of course.
Of course he says, like everyone behaves. No, my friend, many people don't behave. I've seen loads of stuff without any comments, no tooltips, nothing. Oh, this is lovely. Nice. Nice. Can everyone at home see if I've got it open so you can see it? Where's my OBS gone? Yeah, you can see it. You need to check if it'll work with Malba's Unca when you find the time. Yeah, like, well, I've got to find the time. I don't even have the time to have a poo. I don't have the time to do that. I love notes. I'm a noob coder. Exactly.
I'll make a note to check that asset.
Was this on sale? Was this part of the sale?
It wasn't part of the sale because it's a very new asset, so they didn't allow me to be a part of the sale.
Kids. How dare they? How very dare they? Don't worry, you'll be in the next one. Talking about sales, the robot still thinks the sale is on. So, that just reminds me to tell the robot to shut up. Robot! Robot! Stop it! Hang on. Messy sale. Let me tell that robot to shut it. Active. False. Leave it at, robot. Okay. Back to the world of the living. So it all seems very straightforward. I was expecting it to be like a strange black box without knowing much of what's going on. But it's completely the opposite. It's very, like Fresh Meat says, very intuitive. So given page 36 of the tutorial, do I now sit and write all of those? So if I
You can go to the folder finished and
just grab one,
you
yeah, nice one, good lad, good lad. Let's do that.
should be able to find it. Yeah.
There you go. Poof paff poof. This is one I made earlier. I did this 2 minutes ago, lads. Don't worry, it's in that folder. It happens to be there.
There's one invoker that's empty. Looks weird. It's probably because of the changes in the version. Because I've changed the encoding, the format of the behaviors a little. So I don't remember what has to be there.
Let me have a look at your manual. Actually, in your guide, there was no dodge back being used.
And there's enemies aiming at me everywhere.
Yeah.
Another bug.
Enemies all around. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Alright. Target far range. This one should be running.
You didn't see it.
Enemies aiming at me should be target mid range. Friendly, not full health free. Look at target and heal. No, that's not a ticky tick, that's the ticky tick down here. Hang on, that's it. No, that's a bit weird. Heal. Okay, that's going to be within range, I'm going to guess. Gonna guess that makes sense because that's far, mid, close. And it doesn't actually. I don't see it.
I'm trying to grasp it. Yeah. So if enemy is aiming, I think the first check should be different, probably. But I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah. So if he sees enemy and enemy is in close range, he will run away until what? While target is in far range, it will run away. So when the enemy comes too close, the agent will try to keep distance by running away to the safe distance, and then idle.
Oh, I think that's it. And then we got to stick it in.
And don't forget to save.
Yeah, no, got to stick it in as well, don't we? Stick it in him, Gladys. Where is it? Yeah, not you. Where's the? Where did I shove them? Do you remember where I shoved it? Prefabs folder, wasn't it? Yeah. Was it? Where was he? Gladys, here he is. You're gonna be heal. Alright. Hang on, I'm editing the wrong one, ain't I? Poo. If I change the wrong one,
Change what?
Skeletons. So that's now. I need to change that one to be heal 1 and make that team Gladys. Alright. Save. Let's do this. And so if I've got you're Gladys. You're the other bloke. While on the right should be target in close range. Hang on. Let's go back. What was that one? That's what it's got it on there. See enemy, target in close range. See friend, target in close range.
Yeah, the healer skeleton does not attack. He just heals his friends and runs away from danger.
Alright, now should I shove a couple of more skeletons in, or?
Yeah, just duplicate the melee attacker and change his what's that? His team.
Oh, I forgot to put the bloody skill, didn't I?
Yeah.
Would be good if if we used the skill. So he's got to be. You've already got the heal skill. We'll use that one because you've already got it.
Mm.
So if we load,
yeah,
if I find
it's
it
there.
in the finish folder, here it is. So you can see the difference on this is that it can't stack it and it doesn't affect enemies. It affects friends. It's got a range of. Where's this range? In the 10. Here it is.
Mm.
Loading time 0.5. Cooldown 0.5. It's got minimum maximum of power. Energy cost. Freeze motion. What does that do? Can't move while I'm doing it.
Yeah, he will force the agent to stop and then apply the skill. So that he doesn't try to play 2 animations at the same time.
We've got loading animation, but I don't have an executing animation.
Yeah, for example, if you want him to load the animation for some time, like in World of Warcraft, before you actually heal something, you load the skill. So if you want to do that, you can use different animations for loading and for executing. Because you can specify the loading time.
I get you. And if I go to skills, we want to change this one to be the heal. And that's it. Right. If I change him to be Gladys, it'd be good if I change the camera. I'm going to shove another healing one in, and I'm going to put him on Team Skeleton. And I'm going to actually make the odds a little bit out of their favour.
And the team is skeletons. Yeah.
There we go. Now, if I change this, have you got a script on your camera? No. I'll do. Oh, poo. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that. Always push the wrong bloody button. Right. That's a good view. Line with line. Oh, I did it again. I'm like, my brain's just frozen. My brain just. I did a brain fart while I was sitting there trying to wait. Hang on, which one did I do last? Which was the wrong one? God. Right.
Oh, nice.
Oh! I forgot to change the ragdoll size.
The ragdoll set and the amount of HP they have.
Look how small he is. He's so cute. Look how small he is. How big did we do the other one?
I believe it's 12. Around 12.
I can't get used to all of this nonsense. How much HP are we going to give him?
100. And by the way, all the skeletons they have an offset on the z-axis. They're not centered there.
Are they?
Yeah, all the skeletons, they have an offset on the z-axis.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
See that the color is like.
I have to edit all my
before
skeletons now. He's fine. No one's going to notice that. Shrinking gun. Yeah, it is a shrinking gun. Oh, you do notice it a little bit. Oh. What have I got all jerky? Oh! Why did I go that low? Oh, what's happening there? 1 FPS?
Wow. No idea.
It's Unity 2018.3 for you, that is. Hang on. There you go, babe. Live bug testing.
I've never seen this.
Oh. There you go, it's a gift. Messy streams, the gift that keeps on
Thank
giving.
you.
Messi can do this to an asset. I did it to my own asset last night's stream, so it's alright. Yeah, well, here we go, some different ones. You need to get yourself the AI behavior guys. You know, it's called AI. His stuff has got nothing really to do with AI because he started doing AI stuff, but all of his assets are extensions for Unity, like Unity console extensions and script extensions and things. There you go. Thank you, Freshie. Multi-tags, endlog, script builder. So those are really useful, fantastic tools, especially for helping the nlog one for trying to work out what's going wrong. Fantastic tools, really are. Yeah, why didn't you have a look in the... I think that's why we had that FPS drop. We want to... Pardon me. Where the hell's the profiler gone? I hate having to learn where everything is again. Oh!
Stack Overflow exception. How did you do this?
I've got skills. The good thing is that this stream is recorded, so it's always helpful when trying to replicate. Here they come, here they come. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Yeah, look. Obviously, the stack overflows coincide with a massive drop in your FPS, while the whole thing goes, I'm stuck in the never-ending world of doom. You got a weird race condition or something? Gildar saying a whoop that's gone wrong somewhere. If we get rid of that, go back to Gladys. And so he's no longer using that skill. Let's narrow it down to importing in it's the Gladys Hill skill. So importing into 2018. What was it made in this previous one? 2017.
It was made in 2018.1 and then remade in 5.6.
Well, 100% it's the healer skill. Interesting. Interesting. He said, pretending like he had a clue what he was talking about. Interesting. Games is in the house. Hello, Games. How are you doing? In your examples in the manual, you don't actually have this one here. You go far range to here and then to there. So you don't actually have these two. I'm just going to take those out because they're not in your example. And now this matches what you've got in your README. I was wondering if we go back and we stick these in these Roboties.
Have you saved the changes?
Yeah.
Nice.
And stick it back in. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Anyone in chat know the game that music's from? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it was that additional little loop you had going in there. Oh. And he's just sitting there having a cup of tea, this bloke. I like your little circly gizmos you got going on.
Thank you.
How long did that take?
It also took some time. Not that much. Took a little bit of calculations on paper, and on the coding is not that hard.
Oh, run away! Guys, killed him. Poor bloke. Well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this live div interview. There's much more where this came from. Don't forget, if you like these videos and you want to see more, click on that big red juicy subscribe button down below. Tell all of your friends and neighbours. And I'll see you over on allthews.twitch.tv/themessycoder Fridays and Saturdays. We've also got a Discord. There's a link down in the description right down below. And if you do like it, click it. Till next time. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.